Hello, Galaxy. I'm Chris Perillo, and I have to remember to use the right keyboard combo. Because if I don't, it doesn't work. I've learned this. I'm printing some Beskar steel. I'm doing it in the Polylite PLA Pro, the silver. And at first glance, it looks just completely gray, but there is a sheen to it. A nice Charlie sheen. You can see it kind of... You can see the luster there. Do you see the Charlie sheen? It's not quite a Martin sheen. This, by the way, is the bobblehead, the Printy bobblehead. I took a picture of it earlier and posted on social. So 3D Printy made the Gonk top. Printed 4 of them last night because I figured they'd make pretty good Halloween toys for kids. And may end up printing more of them tonight because I'm going to set out an array of these things soon. Although I may be swapping filaments, but the feet really make it, right? Like that. I mean, the feet make this Gonk droid for sure. So I'm doing Beskar. I may be doing 2 of them. I'm going to do this one in the regular, straight up, in the PLA. But what I'm going to do with another one is I'm going to try to rub and buff. So I'm going to do this one straight up, and then I'm going to try to rub and buff another one, just to see how well it works. By the way, this ET hoodie, this is going to be like my hoodie this year. Like every year I have like a hoodie that I wear all the time. I have a feeling this is going to be like, this is just, it's too nice. It's too comfy. So you're thinking about an M2, huh? It's not a bad idea, but it just depends, Steven. And Bipolar Bear, it's not so much that the M1 would be giving Steven problems, but it's a question of if you're going to see the speed, right? Are you going to see the improvement? And it depends. Like even I've, and as far as an iPad goes, it's not just the hardware, it's the software, right? Is the software really going to yield, that many benefits from the upgrade? And I feel, I get excited. The device I'm using is getting faster. Yay. I've been watching, I guess there's an unofficial benchmark that has come in from the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, suggesting it's using a next-gen Snapdragon processor and improving the speeds, 10% or more. But you get it and you use it, but my question is, will it feel any faster? Right, compared to what I do now. I mean, it's no slouch. I'm happy with the S22 Ultra, and for the most part, the tablet too, the Tab S8 Ultra. But as far as the iPad goes, I gotta say, a lot of my upgrading over the years, up until the M1, and we do have an M1 iPad now. Diana, she's not on your computer, is she? She's not on your computer, is she? Is she on your computer?
Monsoon Josh 3D just resubscribed for 14 months.
Well,
Here's
because
to
she's been
14
silent.
months with you in the community, Chris. This time it lands in the time of
Thank
the
you.
fall and Halloween spirit of things. It's been
Is she
fun
playing?
stuff with tech, 3D printing, and here's to more fun opportunities.
Thank you, Josh. I appreciate it.
Bounce Makered 1, thanks.
Thank you, Josh. Sorry, Josh was cheering, and then you were talking. I just hadn't heard her. Want to make sure she's not getting extra screen time. That's all. So it could be a law of diminishing returns, right? No, it's no bad timing, and not on your part. It's just some people are going to see the benefits, and others not so much. And to me, I feel, it's kind of like a frog that you stick in water, and you turn up the temperature slowly, like it won't feel itself boiling, versus like in water and then cranking, and then they feel it and they jump right out because it's just, oh, this is immediate. So it's about acclimating or not acclimating. So you'd be better off making sure that the M2, I mean, unless there's something that, if money's burning a hole in your pocket, right, and you use it all the time, then yeah, the extra speed may be warranted if the software indeed is going to respond to any kind of performance improvement, and more than likely, multi-core tasks might very well improve between M1 and M2. But I'm not sure I've heard enough to suggest that it is warranted. Now, I feel like jumping a generation, that's typically when you're going to find, or you should find, bigger gains. You should find things running better. If you went between, let's say, the M1 and, at some point, the M3, right? That is probably going to yield a lot more benefit, right? And it's one of the reasons why, skipping a generation is not always a bad idea. Now, the phones are typically different than the iPads, right? Because the iPad really didn't, apart from a speed bump possibly, or, a spec bump, didn't really improve in any other measurable way, at least that I could see. Versus a phone, right? Where you might get better battery life and benefit of a better camera and maybe one other feature or two other features. So like the phones upgrading every year, usually you'll find the incremental improvements aren't just the processor, but the processor in conjunction with the camera, right? That to me is that's what it kind of boils down to. And with the iPad, it's not as justified. And with computer, right? With a desktop machine, an M1 versus an M2, Bipolar Bear, thank you so much. I appreciate the tip. As we're just chatting back and forth, just we're commiserating. Thank you for that. And good to see you, Royal Nomi. Royal Nomi she's offered to help me coordinate interviews. So tomorrow, and good to see you, Mighty Bean, as well, and Nomi3. Tomorrow, I'm going to be trying a new weekly show on MakerDeck. It doesn't really have a title right now. We'll probably fall into it, but just kind of an interview. What I want to do is basically talk to other creators, talk to other makers, people who are on Twitch, maybe people who aren't on Twitch, and just have an audio chat, like a podcast, like a live podcast on MakerDeck on the weekend, because then I can do it, because I'm not worried about work. But like noon. So noon tomorrow, I'm going to be interviewing More. I owe him one, certainly, because he did interview me. And he's been doing an amazing job interviewing other creators on Twitch. And I think it's fantastic. I also saw a recent tweet from him where, he's seeing people around him get verified, or I guess partnered on Twitch, and it's inspired him to basically keep at what he's doing. And I think, tuning in at any given time to any one of his interviews has been fruitful and inspirational. So More is a brick builder, fellow geek. And so he'll be joining me for an audio interview. I said, hey, if you want to have your video on, you could be making something. Maybe the video will be trained on him building some Lego bricks on MakerDeck. But I've given him that opportunity. And brainstorming a few other people, not the usual suspects necessarily, but a few other people that I'd love to have on for an interview on MakerDeck at some point in the future. Like, if I can do it like Saturdays at noon, I feel that's right around the time that I would be able to do it. Not to cut into anybody else's weekend, but I feel that would be good. Mighty Bean's getting extra screen time. Well, there you go. Better than going out, isn't it? Stephen Bueller says the most likely scenario is I finish paying my Apple devices off. Oh, that's important, which would bring the upgrade period to iPhone 15. There you go. Don't see any compelling reasons for iPhone 14, except perhaps the greater megapixel camera. I really couldn't see tremendous differences between the previous iPhone camera and the 14 Pro Max. That's me. Oh, by the way, oh, no, I didn't. I thought I uploaded a new MakerDeck emote, but I didn't. Apart from MakerDeck 1 deck, and I still have to redo. I think I have to check to see if MakerD, or was the other MDK, if any of those shorter ones are taken, or MakerD, or no, what someone MDeck? Someone suggested MDeck. Yeah, it should be good. I think just having a conversation and letting it kind of go and flow is typical typical for that type of thing, and not no longer than an hour. Like I'm not expecting it to be hours and hours and hours long. Just kind of getting to know somebody. And the nice thing is we don't have to worry about having to worry about video, right? It's just audio stuff. Yep, you can trade in the old devices. I would do that. That's why I don't get devices on subscription fees. Hey, the DOS nerd. How are you? How's your directory? Madcat USA. Nice to see you as well. We have I've got a few things on the floor to showcase. There we go. Your main goal is a Mac Studio machine. Nice. Or I'm going to get 2,500 is the question. Oh, no doubt about that. Poochwan, probably not. There's really no reason to bring back Locker Gnome. I don't think anybody would remember what it was or what it is. If anything, I would probably... I mean, I've got the new tech YouTube channel that I'm funneling tech stuff into now. And you know, active in social media. If Locker Gnome came back, it would probably be something like a Discord server, a chat server, like tech Discord chat server thing. But you know, that remains to be seen whether or not that would be valuable to anybody. But people remember Locker Gnome for its tech, so I'd have to bring it back like that. This is... I gotta get a screen grab. I wish I could timer this screen grab. Nice sweater, thank you. Got it yesterday from the ET package that was sent. Printed Visions. You got Ubuntu. Oh, nice. You remember? Sometimes you'll catch me saying TLDR on the here. Take this off. It's a bit much. It is a nice sweater though. The red just kind of dominates. Anything I do, it just dominates. Kind of distracting, but not in a bad way. They're out. So today, I walked into Target, and they had they were starting to put out Christmas stuff already. I'm like, and people were like standing right there, doing the like putting the stuff up. And I'm like, really already? Like, yep. I'm like, okie dokie. It's like, sure, I'll break the seal. So I think I was the first person in Target to get the new Target stuff. So I know. I'm not wearing a hoodie right now. I'll probably put it back on, especially if I get cool or cold, I should say. There you go. All right. Let me make sure those are in focus. They are. Oops. And then when I went browsing, I got the Fortnite figures I'd been talking about. I went looking. These must be new for this year. I went looking for different Fortnite figures, and this popped up, and I thought it was a pretty decent price. Like, you know, especially for like Halloween time. These are skeletons. Now this is there's one other skeleton 4-inch figure that we had. But like these, I thought would be pretty wild as skeletons. So I couldn't pass that. I couldn't pass that up. And then this was also on sale. This is like half off. These are, I don't know. I'm into the Fortnite figures. They're $5 when I can find them or somewhere thereabouts. I'm just like, okay. I don't play Fortnite. Probably will not start playing Fortnite. Although I have been debating. If you missed the notification, I have been debating installing the Cuphead. Hoodies are a must for cooler weather, and it is definitely cooler weather here. Cooler heads and cooler weather. Diana volunteered at school today, and I guess she got a discount, like a major discount on stuff, including, and we got two of each and a few other things. This is a diary, a journal with a lock, diary with silicone lock and 2 keys. There's also a new activity journal. This is a big one. Really nice activity journal. So this one, and she ended up getting a discount on all these. So I don't even think we paid that much for everything we got, because we got 2 of each of these. This one was really, really nice. This is definitely a DK book, a nice bit thick book. The Mandalorian Handbook. In case, you know, here it is. This is... I heard the doorbell. And then a hardcover, like a Moleskine, not quite a Moleskine, but it's got like a bookmark in it. So, hang on just a second, because I heard the doorbell. Diana? Oh boy. Diana? She's not answering. Diana? No, you gotta unplug the adapter and plug it back in. On the wall, Diana. On the wall between the chairs. Oh, sorry everybody. I had to take care of the doorbell thingy. So anyway, all that stuff came in. Thank you, Crotone, for resubscribing.
Crotone just resubscribed for 6 months.
I know. We've tried everything, Steven, but ultimately just yelling is the easiest way. This is how a horror movie starts. Yeah, I am living a horror movie. That is for sure. May look around Magic Kingdom for a new hoodie. Oh, yeah. Well, they'd probably be there. Maybe a bit much. Let's see here. So there's someone came in. This is the problem. Like, we didn't know who it was. And the adapter, for some reason, constantly loses signal. Constantly. Try a set of Nest Minis. Oh, yeah, and broadcast. No, I've done that. I've done broadcast. Hey, what's going on? That kind of thing. But then no one answers. So it's like, what's the point? Like, if nobody answers after I'm asking, nobody rebroadcasts, nobody says anything like that. Hang on. Are they still there? It's a friend, maybe? Diana, Jedi. That's it. I guess nobody. No, don't turn that one on. What are you doing? What are you doing? Diana, why are you... We have tried that, Stephen. It doesn't work as well because people. It would work if people were actually responsive to it. I've done that though. Like instead of yelling in the back, because it's easier to say, because that's what you can do. You can do with the Google stuff. You can do broadcast. Unfortunately, with broadcast, it doesn't go to phones. It only goes to speakers. I'm like, well, I can understand why, I guess, but at the same time, oh boy. Oh, now I can find out, I guess. Oh my god, it all queued up. It really queued up. Oh. I see, one of her friends. But I don't know, I don't know why. Use the Nest to talk to your dogs? Really? Do they respond? Royal Nomi. Our dogs never really did respond to speakers. Poochwan, I don't. I really don't drink Pete's coffee anymore. I don't drink caffeinated beverages anymore. I stopped last year. I'm on the decaf now. And I don't drive out of my way to go to Pete's anymore because honestly the flavor just didn't do it for me. I stopped. And the only reason for me to go out of my way to go to Pete's now would have been the vegan sandwich. And then they stopped making it. I'm like, well, what's the point of me going? It didn't make any sense. Oh, they stopped barking or trying to eat the cat. Oh, because they know you're watching. Yes. That makes sense, Royal Nomi. You don't want your phone going off during a work from home conference call? I don't know. It goes off anyway. You'll drink a G Fuel. See, I'm not into that. I'm not into those beverages. I know they're a popular thing to do with streamers, but I'm just not. I'm not into them. Hang on, just why? Everyone wants to text. Water, Kool-Aid, and orange soda. Well, there you go. Water's not bad. I see. The only caffeinated beverages that I might have drank would have been coffee. The artificial stuff, I'm not as into. But I honestly, I stopped drinking a lot of that 2 decades ago. Over 2 decades ago, a long time ago. I stopped drinking a lot of that. Pop soda. Not as into it. Just wasn't, I realized there's a lot of sugar, right? And I still eat, trust me, I still eat plenty of sugary things. Oh, plenty. Yeah, if only I could, just stop completely. But I don't know. It's like I just have to be careful. That's the thing. Not always easy. Not always easy to do if you don't have. But that's if I don't have a routine to get into. That's the thing I need to get back into is like some kind of routine, where this at this time, this at that time. I like having patterns. I like having predictability. It's something that I thrive in. I feel I have far more comfort when there's something that's predictable, patterns, right? Expectations. Coconut water and Coke. Oh yeah. I haven't had coconut water in a while though. Surprised at the weight you lost when you stopped drinking diet sodas. It's because it's artificial sweetener. Not that good for you. But everyone's got a vice. The way I look at it is everyone's got a vice. For Diana, it is absolutely sugar. Me, I don't know. I mean, I'd say decaf espresso, but that's not really a vice. That's just more like it's something warm. Oh, the cup. What's in the cup? This is Imperial IPA for a Friday evening. A very quiet Friday evening. I knew it would be a quiet day, though. My vice is 3D printing. I've printed a vice once or twice. Well, it wasn't really a vice. It was more like a clamp to go on the edge of a bed. And I did another one for my dad. I mean, I will say that these prints are pretty much going 24/7. Something typically, apart from when like, okay, I need inspiration from a filament or waiting for another model to drop, trying different things in between. And that's when I looked. I'm like, well, what could I do today? Like, what would be good in this? I'm like, oh, I wonder if I can do a rub and buff on a Beskar ingot. So that's what I'll be doing. I'll be doing 2 of these just to try. Can't have too many ingots, especially for people who are cosplaying. But I may end up having to get more silver rub and buff. That's the one that I got that I feel is going to be used a lot. And it's a small tube. I know a little goes a long way, but still. What's the most useful practical thing? The bed shelves for Jedi's bunk. Those were still being used. Like because unfortunately her bunk bed doesn't have like hanging shelves, like hanging over the beams. And, for her glasses or a clock or tissues or anything else, it would have been a challenge. So printed those. And she's got about 8 of them. They're not all being used, but they float around as her needs change. So that's been good. It's been really nice. I mean, not that I look around the house going, "Oh, I need this and I need that." I don't think immediately, "Oh, I can 3D print something." The first thing I do turn to is typically product, but I for a lot of the things I look to finished items. I don't necessarily want to have something that for a practical item, depending on where it's going to be used, like color matters to me for that, and certainly how well it looks in place. Oh, yours went for a while. Then Royal Nomi went for a long while. See, I'm used to it now. With MakerDeck going 24/7, it's like okay, well, certainly overnight. Certainly overnight. Yeah, I have something, but the overnights are typically on this machine because the Bamboo. If I couldn't do a Bamboo overnight easily, because most of what I print on that machine is max done 5 hours. I could slow it down too, but what's the fun in that? Hello, Ashornak. Welcome in. Did this? I guess it did. Here. I'm going to do the broadcast. Hope you're happy. Broadcast. Who was it? See, no one's going to answer. I might as well have yelled. What do you mean you don't know? BS. Yeah, it wasn't a ghost. No, someone, you must have opened the door. Oh, the notifications came pouring. You know who it was. No, they weren't. That Diana, I know who it was, because the you can look back at the history. So I see who it was. So don't say that you literally saw me get it. I know that, but they were not gone because you were talking to them. Diana, I can see what you're doing. Stop gaslighting me. It's right here. Bipolar Bear, probably the figurines. Probably things like these. But there aren't enough of them, right? Diana, do you need me to show you the clip of you talking to somebody? I can see that you're talking to Ozzy right here. What do you mean yeah, I know she's gone, but like, who was it? You know it was Ozzy. Because you said you didn't know. I'm like, wait. And then I looked. I'm like, well, you knew who it was. So don't say you didn't know who she was. You and Jai were right there. What do you mean it wasn't? Is this previous? Oh. Okay, do we have to like do this over and over again, Diana? Not, I mean, like, unplug and replug? Do we have to do that? I wonder, because this has happened before. This has definitely happened before. I don't know if we can fix it either. Okay, I'm sorry, Diana. I was like, but I see... Okay, Diana, give me credit. I saw a notification that came in after. That's why it didn't make any sense. Did you hear me? I apologized. Because I'm looking at the notification and I'm like, wait, what do you mean you didn't see? It had to have been another one of her friends. It had to have been. Because no one else is going to ring our doorbell. Thoughts on Tesla cars? Yeah, they suck. I mean, I've seen too many people, like, showing, like, what they do not well. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want that. I don't want that at all. Oh, yeah, Royal Nomi, these types of conversations sound similar to you? Yeah, well, it's what it's like being a couple. Hey, Alien Industrial, good to see you. It is a Friday. And let me tell you, today was friggin' today I got one hell of a curveball. One hell of a curveball. Like, I can't get into it, unfortunately, but it was a shocker. Today I received not a physical electrical shock, but today it was a shock. The amount of resources required to produce one of those cars and electricity required to run them and the batteries makes electric cars not worth it. Well, I don't know so much that. It's just they're not, the quality control is a little I've just seen one too many people. I know everyone talks them up, but like I've seen one too many things happen with them to ever really consider it serious. I mean, we've toyed with the idea, certainly, but like I'm glad we dodged that bullet. Curveball in a good way. Well, not good. I was surprised. It wasn't good, but it all things considered also wasn't bad. It was just a curveball. Oh, Royal Nomi has seen several Teslas on the highway on fire. Alien Industrial has repaired them. Quality is not there. Oh, wait, hang on. Diana? Did you see that? Alien Industrial has repaired Teslas. He says the quality's not there, just like what I've been saying. Quality control is out the window. So Alien Industrial is like for real. By the way, I've got requests turned on again. Not that I'm sure we're going to be going places with it, but and the curveball. Yeah, believe it or not, today the curveball had nothing to do with Diana. Today, it's a shocker. Steven says they're having issues right now post-Hurricane Ian with electric vehicle batteries, especially Tesla. Lithium H2O equals kaboom. Yeah, Steven, and I guess Teslas also have a problem when, like, in colder climates, like where your car freezes over with the door handles, can't get to them. Not that would be too much of an issue here. We do get things do get frozen, and probably will again this year, but not to the point where that would happen, because we have a car inside of a garage, so it's not really going to freeze over, so to speak. Like hell freezing over. I'm going to open my archive Leia. Yeah, no, Tesla gets they get all the woofy haptic touch on a pop-out handle. Genius. Yeah. I color me happier with the old way of doing things.
Digital Dark Knight just resubscribed for 10 months.
Thank you, Digital Dark Knight. I do appreciate your support. I appreciate everybody's support. I really do. Genuinely. You know, you could have gone out tonight, but instead you decided to stay in. I think you made the right decision. Ooh, this one's going to be tricky. This Leia comes with a thermal detonator. of all days, this was Carrie Fisher's birthday today. Carrie Fisher's birthday was today, or would have been today. Now the U.S. government is considering blocking Elon Musk's purchase of Twitter on national security grounds. Well, it makes me nervous, and here's why. It's a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope, and that is a chief concern, admittedly, because as much as I may not be a fan of Tesla, I'm definitely, absolutely not a fan of Elon Musk. I just not a fan. It's just not a fan. And to see what he was planning on doing with Twitter, basically gutting it, is just, it's more than concerning, right? Because that would destroy, effectively, it would destroy a service that I would love, right? Because I love Twitter, right? I use it. It's my go-to social network. I don't know what I would do without it. And knowing full well that he would plan on gutting Twitter without any idea about how he would improve Twitter, I would not want him to take over Twitter for that reason. Because I don't know if he has a plan. I don't know. He doesn't know what's going on. So that would be a concern. But at the same time, and I think that's probably why the government's also concerned. At the same time, though, having the government as a part of that particular decision is also concerning. So it's I don't think there's a perfect answer for this, right? I'm sure some people, side, one way or the other, but it's kind of like the same conversation we had with USB Type-C in the European Union, where they basically said, all right, all devices have to have USB Type-C. And I'm like, oh, I'm fine with that, because it's like, yeah, USB-C, forget, micro USB, forget mini USB, forget all these. It used to be far worse with these proprietary USB cables and chargers. Crazy. So I was fine with the decision, but again, it's a slippery slope. At what point will they make a decision that impacts me or everybody else in a negative capacity? Do we really want a government telling the private sector what to do? And so I vacillate, right? I'm in between. I don't know if I have a feeling, in terms of what it should be, apart from I don't want Elon taking over Twitter, but I also don't want the government telling or blocking, someone's decision to do something. Because, what if Elon taking over Twitter was a good idea? I don't think it is. And the government stops it. You know what I'm saying? If they could take the old body from older cars and put today's tech in them, it'd be a great car. Yeah, I remember those. Remember the old cars? You'd be happy to get rid of lightning cables. I think that's going to happen next year. I think that's the goal. I think that's an inevitability with Apple, at least. Starlink is another never going to be viable 40K satellites with a 5-year life in orbit, but people never look at the math. Yikes, that's a lot of satellites, man. 5 years? Yikes. Good idea. But here's the thing. iPhone 15 may be USB-C, but that may only be in the EU. Think about it. Because, Apple pushed out a SIM tray for devices that weren't in the US. In the US, we all got eSIM. There was no way around it. You that was it. You're going eSIM. So they could easily keep Lightning here in the States, but give everybody else USB-C, which doesn't make too much sense, if only because USB-C are in the iPads, right? So you can get USB-C on iPads today, and of course the MacBook as well, right? but you know, not much. You know, there's really, and then I mean, they could still keep selling the lightning cables, if only for people who need to charge their mouses or their keyboards or their trackpads or whatever. Although I'd like to see them be upgraded to USB-C as well. Whether or not they would, I don't know. I'm not sure if that'd be a part of the directive. Entry-level iPad still uses Lightning. Haven't seen the new model yet. I think all iPads have, all of them as of now, have have USB-C. I'm fairly confident. Although it's a confusing lineup, to be honest. Very confusing lineup. Like, they've got an iPad for everybody. Oh, here I thought they went with plastic-free packaging, but they did not. Well, these are fun. Jedi saw these, but I don't know if she really understood that. Because now there's... She has another skeleton character. We've got so many of these now that I've picked up on sale. Jedi's got a bin. I guess we have a bin of the Fortnites. These are figures that we've seen prior. It's just they have their paint application is a skeleton, which to me is creative. I'm not sure if she'd know what to do if she had access to Fortnite. I could try putting it on the PC, but I think she'd play Fortnite on the PC or on the either the Switch or the Xbox. You're printing on your latest arrival from Germany. What one's that, Alien Industrial? The new one is just announced USB-C. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I thought. I thought that the entire lineup now was USB-C. Caribou? Not familiar with it. Not familiar with Caribou. That doesn't mean anything. Because trust me, I don't know everything. These are fun. Yeah, these are just it's neat. Oh, Prusa on steroids? Okay. Beats already uses USB-C. I had Beats at one time. Honestly, I don't know if I could tell you they sounded all that better than other headphones that I had. And I think the Beats was all about the brand, right? It wasn't necessarily about the audio quality, if I remember. Everyone loved their Beats, and then it became a status symbol. Yeah, I'm not into that, personally. But then again, I'm not an audiophile. You're talking to a guy who's wearing headphones or earbud. What would you call these things? Sticking on my glasses. I just can't. I can't put anything in my ears for an extended period of time. Not even a short period of time. Then it really starts getting sore. I don't know. I have weird ears, I guess. Very weird ears. Small ear holes. Triple Venti, good to see you. Smart and purpose driven, that's what I call what you're wearing. Me? Oh, purpose driven for sure. You wouldn't mind a bone conductor headset? Never used one, never tried one. Never got into it. I know a lot of people love the hardware, but so I just don't upgrade a lot of that stuff. Spitting Moon, who's done giveaways, is currently streaming. And he's doing 3D printing. Gonna pass you along there. We're gonna give him a raid. Not sure if he's interacting though, since we've got a quiet night tonight. Not quite a silent night, but it's a quiet night. Feel free to use the Tuscan Raid emote, Perla Raid. Oops. As well as the Maker Deck Raid emote. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I love you. I appreciate you. And at this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices. And may the force be with you always. See you on Maker Deck. I'll be getting my overnights up. I think I'm probably going to go with Gonk Droids again. Because that was kind of fun. I just got to grab a filament. I just have to figure out which filament I want to use. It is true, yeah. iPad OS is coming soon, although I guess it's buggy. It's still buggy as hell as far as the Stage Manager is concerned, which is the tentpole feature, which is a little concerning. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people complain about that on Twitter. A lot. All right, thanks again. You have a good day as well. Is that Glorbnort? Thanks for being here. I'll see y'all tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Pacific for some cereal and random hijinks. Maybe we'll watch some old commercials while we're at it. Tuscan rating in 3, 2, 1. Purple. Huh? All right, Spitting Moon. Have at it. Enjoy. If he's there.